Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Crimson Skies. We are down a few players because some of us have forgotten that it was Memorial Day recently. And actually, I think I know why. I'll fix it later. My son was playing with my microphone earlier, and I think he effed with my gain. Either way, bring that down. Okay, that should do. So, we did have some people, I think, just forget kind of like where we are in the week. I know I did earlier today. Welcome, everyone. I'm happy to have you all here. You have not gotten a rest yet. So, taking care of a few pieces of business, we are going to be having our community game this Sunday, as always, every other Sunday. And then next week, we kick off with our Saturday games once again. So we'll be having a Saturday game for the Azure Adventurers Guild every single week from here on, except for 2 weekends. One of these weekends being the 21st to the 23rd. We won't be having anything, but I might do doubles that weekend. Or the weekend before. So I might just run a lot of D&D and be super duper tired after that. But other than that, folks, I like running D&D, so it's not going to bother me. We have our session to get underway. I have no other announcements, so let's kick it off. When last we left off, not met off, it's a completely different thing. Our crew were dealing with convincing the rest of the crew to stay on board while you became contracted mercenaries legally. It's a good thing, too. There are methods to go through, you discovered, to remove everyone's bounty. And you have started the process, although that process was delayed when Viamir found a guest in his room, a hobgoblin, who demanded that the Eye of Luna be returned to her. Choosing to leave the ship, Viamir was followed up by this woman, and told her she knew nothing. And then, to her best understanding, she went off and went back towards the ship, to which a fight broke out, almost killing Viamir. The woman, being brought dangerously low by several multitude of attacks by the rest of the crew, ran, looking to get out before she was killed or captured. That being the case, Viamir returned to consciousness and informed everyone about his people's past. So you all made your way back onto the ship, and Viamir, to get some rest. Law and Six going off to try and clear the crew's bounty. Lycerius deciding to take off for everyone's best interests. Sincere heading off somewhere. Fixer heading somewhere as well. So I suppose we will start with Law. Law, you made your way into Six's room to access his terminal in his room. Each of you have your own, but Six choosing to access his own. What would you like to do?
Basically, I'm just starting to compile the necessary information for clearing the crew's bounties. So,
Okay.
collecting collecting the names, countries of origins, the amount, what the list of crimes are, what the primary crime is.
Okay. Go ahead and start making an investigation check. You have advantage, as 6 is going to be helping you through this process.
Thank goodness for that advantage. 22.
22. Not bad. Okay. Looking into it, you start to notice something interesting. There, as far as you can see, aren't any bounties. Every single one you investigate into, bounty's been cleared. Bounty's been cleared. Bounty's been cleared.
That's odd. Does it say how recently their bounties were cleared, or who cleared it?
For that, go ahead and make another investigation check as you start running through the files and trying to dig a little bit deeper into the situation as to who might have taken initiative into clearing these bounties.
With advantage again from 6.
Yep.
Once again, thank goodness for advantage. 4 and a 17. So that's a 20 total.
20 total. Very nice. Very nice. With a 20 total, you notice there is a name. It is Madame Lysandre.
Is that a name I recognize?
Make a history check.
Uh, 15.
15. It is not a name you actively recognize. However, for this person to have done something like this, they would have to have quite a hefty amount of power in their back pocket. They would have to be someone with extreme influence, far more than your own families.
Interesting. I'm gonna start, since I don't need to investigate the bounties anymore, investigating who she is.
Okay. Go ahead and start making that investigation check.
And once again, with advantage.
Correct. Yeah, you can pretty much assume that while the player of 6 is not here, they are going to be helping you with these investigations.
Perfect. I just like to clarify so I'm not rolling with advantage when I shouldn't be.
No problem.
I got double 14s, so that's a 7.
Whew, a 7? You said a 17?
Yeah, I got double 14s.
Nice. Okay.
So 17 total.
With that, you will find a bit of information on her. She is the daughter of a very wealthy warlord out of Glenlock. She, as far as you can tell by the reports, has actually been missing for many years. And the fact that she is missing but not missing at the same time is interesting. Oops. There we go.
Okay. From his personal phone, he's gonna shoot a message to his sister, just asking, what can you tell me about Madame Lysandre? Not necessarily expecting a reply right away, but hopefully she'll come through with some information.
Ooh, even with her modifiers. As you shoot the text message out, you get... I'm not aware of anyone by that name. Or of that history. Who signed you up for being a merc?
This changeling named Lycirus. He'll reply.
You get the shrug emoji back, and it says, "Ask her."
Well, I'll look up at 6 and be like, "Well, I guess our work's done. The bounties have been cleared."
Oh, well, that's real good. That's real good.
Does leave a few questions left lingering though, so I'm gonna go look into a couple of things. You have a good rest of your day.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And with that, he'll take his leave from 6's quarters and head to the bridge where he is assuming Lycirus.
She is, as she is piloting. Standing at her back, you see another changeling, who is not taking form, but is communicating with her. As you come on, she looks over, looks up, kind of mumbles something, and waves him off. And he turns and makes his way off the bridge. Gives you a nod as he makes his way off and passes you by.
Nods back.
It is at this point just Lycirus, although Awen's office on the bridge is currently occupado.
He'll walk up. There's a couple of seats next to where the pilot's seat is, right?
There are, yeah.
Where like other pilots sit.
No, it is actually just a single pilot cockpit, but there are other stations that are currently vacant, not needing anyone at the moment.
So he'll take a seat kind of as close to the pilot's cockpit as he can.
Okay.
And then spin around in the chair to face her.
As you do, she just looks over, and if you do that at 5 more times, I swear you won't vomit.
Good to know. Anyway, so I was looking through the crew's bounties and found something interesting.
Oh?
Yeah, it looks like the bounties had been cleared already by someone.
That's awesome.
And he's gonna kind of gauge her reaction as he says this next bit. Yeah, it looks like they were cleared by someone named Madame Lysandre.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Ooh, that's only a 10.
10. She seems to be unfazed. Is there a reason you're telling me?
I was just wondering if you might know anything more about why. I mean, it's recent from everything I saw. Right around the same time, we registered to be mercenaries.
Well, I mean, in all reality, I registered us, but hey, cool.
right around the same time, the crew as a whole became registered to be mercenaries. Thank you for registering us. I recognize that you did that work.
There we go. There's a thank you.
I'm not immune to saying it. I guess I just...
She reaches onto her console and you just hear your voice come back over and say, I appreciate you doing that work for us. She just turns over and smiles at you.
Anyway, I was just wondering if you knew anything more about it.
I could always look into it. If you'd like, but last I was working on it, I was doing a pretty good job getting our crew's bounties removed myself. So, if someone else wanted to do a little extra footwork, hell, I am happy to have them do so.
Yeah. Well, I guess the next step is talking to Awen, I guess, once he's done with his alone time in there. Letting him...
Yeah, I think he said something about... needing to think, I guess. Oh, but hey, Law.
Yeah?
I recommend not taking credit for something other people do.
I wasn't going to.
That's
At least not
good.
in this case. Not when you can clearly look up and see that it was not cleared by us.
Good to know. Well, thanks for sharing the info with me. Glad to see you've got a snoopy kind of nose into things.
I do what I can.
And you do such good work. You should be proud of yourself.
He'll roll his eyes. That seems to be kind of a sarcastic comment to him as he leaves the bridge. I'll be in my quarters if you need me less here.
Oh, I'll let you know if I do. You have yourself fun.
And on his way to his quarters, he'll swing by Viamir's quarters.
Okay.
If anyone else has anything they want to do, they're welcome to step in for a minute.
Anybody?
At some point, I don't know how quickly, but at some point, Fixer shot a text at Law to tell him to come to the engine room when he has a minute.
Oh, I guess that would be my next stop then.
Okay. Heading over to the engine room.
Alright, so when he gets there, Fixer has put all sorts of medals and random doodads all over a table, piles of them, and he's looking like he's experimenting with some of them. And then when he sees Law, he says, "Hey, so I know we talked about it already a little bit, but I do want to revisit the weapon, the gun, and I want, now that you've seen I can't use the style of magic that I have been using in the past, and I had to rely a lot on a gun, and it's not the greatest gun, so honestly right now I'm trying to figure out any way to maximize what I'm doing, and trying to come up with a better gun is, my next step that I have in my head."
Okay. And do you think that's that cursed weapon?
I mean, it's clearly powerful. Ideally, I'd want one without a curse, but
It's clearly not.
you know,
It's clearly not that powerful, as she favored her own magic over the weapon.
yeah, but I don't get to pick magic over my weapon. I mean, unless you can come up with another gun that, I don't know, has just better than the one that I have. Like,
Law
I'm
takes the
really-
Law takes the heavy pistol out of his own holster, like basically, off his hip because it's too big to keep in his breast pocket, and sets it on the table. There, you want a better gun? Use something that's not cursed.
Okay. But I mean, also, I want to help you out too, because I don't want this to be like a one-way street. But so I've noticed that you have a lot of your magic is based on helping everybody else. I actually have an idea for a wand that I could make that would give you access to the firebolt spell that I still have an attachment to, and I can work on that, and that way we can have a nice trade, I guess.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, I can always buy another one of those. He kind of gestures to the heavy pistol. But yeah, I'd take any magical help I can get.
Cool. Yeah, I can work on that. It's gonna take a couple days probably, but I think this will do a lot of good for our group. So thanks, Law.
Not a problem. Hey, I know I'm not perfect. So if you ever have any ideas for I guess like a heist, a scam that we can run, just let me know. And I'll of course be the forefront of it, and then for coming up with the idea, you'll get a cut too.
All right. Let's see what I can come up with.
Cool. Was there anything else you needed, Fixer?
No, I think that's it. Thanks, man.
Cool. Yeah. How's the engine holding up? I know you said we should really wait to fly like for 2 days, and it's been what, like a day?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we would have had longer, but it's flying and it can fly. We just kind of have to hope we don't get into any shit, because we're not going to have as much to work with if we have to make another run for it. But, I mean, me and my crew are going to be doing as best as we can to get it in working order as best as possible.
Yeah. Do you have any like meters or anything? Like, how do you know like what kind of condition the ship is in? I'm just more curious.
Usually Horace tells me and points at the engine.
The engine tells you?
Yeah. Horace, can you give me a status on the repairs that we've done so far for the limiters?
Make a persuasion check.
Sorry, hold on. 13.
13. Negative.
Okay, fine, be that way.
But I heard the engine makes some kind of noise that I couldn't understand.
Correct.
What was that?
He told me no.
He said no? I'm gonna cast tongues on
Well,
myself.
He actually said negative, but I mean, it's no.
I'll look at the engine. Horace, can you give me a status report on just how the engine as a whole is doing?
Negative.
Holy shit, the engine talks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, I know he's probably pissed off that we're trying to like use him as a put him out for show or something. But he is a very valuable member of our team, and we're thrilled to have him with us.
Of course. If anything, he's just as responsible as Lycirus for getting us out of that mess. Lycirus steered the ship, but he powered it.
Negative.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, who? If you didn't, who powered the ship?
Classified information.
Been getting a lot of that lately.
Override, first mate.
Ha! Classified information.
Looks at Fixer. Had to try.
Apparently, Lycirus and him have been talking. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of interesting information. But Horus is the main driving force behind the ship. But yeah, we're getting everything as much as we can, and
Negative.
hopefully we'll have it. What? I'm only doing my stuff sometimes. I'm still working on the shit.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Man, Horace, are you in a bad mood?
Negative.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
gotta
You and
talk
I
to
haven't talked
Lycirus
for a
sometime
minute.
soon.
Like, yeah, I mean, we haven't talked for a minute. Besides, like, the group. How's your? God, I'm horrible with names. How's your plant doing?
Terrence, he's getting close, man. He is.
You see this?
Probably
You see
a
this?
week or two.
Actually, it should only be a few days.
Only a few days left. Ooh.
Should only be a few days left. Yeah.
Has he started looking awakened?
There is movement with Horus.
Terrence.
There's
so many of them to keep up with.
There are. And you guys just keep making them.
And I plan on adding more. Yeah. Few days from now, we should be fully awakened, and should be a good time. How have you been? How's the family-crushing sense of responsibility and stuff?
Oh God. Where to start? Found out was trying to do a nice thing for the crew that was already done.
Wait, what was done?
Everyone's bounties gone.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, wiped out by someone named Madame Lysandre. I keep on getting more names of important people, of like powerful people, and I have no information about them.
Do I recognize the name?
Make a history check.
That's gonna be, it's not the greatest. 25? The greatest would have been a 27.
Yeah, you recognize the name. Her father but only was in the sense that now Glenlock has unified. A warlord, head of his own town, in Glenlock, very powerful warrior. Is a changeling. Specialized in infiltration, assassination of his opponents, and assimilating into their towns and taking them over peacefully by surrendering to his own tribe.
Why would sh- why would she? Do we know her? Addressing Law.
Not as far as I know. Why? What do you know?
I mean, shit. Her dad was like a huge, big time warlord in Glenlock before it united, and he was like one of the best people at infiltration, assassination, all that shit. Like, why on earth? I'm missing a huge connection. I feel like, but okay, actually, maybe.
Give me. Okay, all I know is that she's the daughter. Yeah, same thing you told me. Daughter of a wealthy warlord. Any detail at all that you can think of, or any even little details you can think of to give us a clue as to finding her. At the very least, to thank her. Everyone deserves a thank you card when they give you a gift. It's just bad
Right.
manners not to send one.
Who registered our crew?
Lycirus did.
Okay. Yeah. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking to hunt her down to hurt her or anything. Just to say thank you.
Yeah.
Saved
I mean,
us.
why would we hurt her for, that was going to eat into our profit margins for like the next, 5 years or so. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking a short process. I mean, dealing with the first bank is all paperwork, and I was not looking forward to doing.
Yeah, that was gonna probably be a pain. But I mean, that's pretty cool that we've got that taken care of. Also kind of strange, and it would be nice to know everything, but at least for now, until we come up with some more information, I feel like we just kind of gotta kind of take it as a good thing and think about it later.
Oh shit! Speaking of people who I don't know much about, these last days have been so crazy that I forgot when I talked to my sister. She gave me some pretty important information.
What's that?
So Sazia was being hunted by someone.
Yeah, they attacked us a couple of times since we've known each other.
Apparently, even though he's dead, that someone believes in guilt by association.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. I want to talk to maybe not the whole crew, but Din and the other officers about it. And I just figured, while it's on my mind, and we're talking about finding people we don't know, kind of on the opposite side of things, though, figure out what the heck he wants Sazia for, or wanted Sazia for, and
I mean, Sazia wasn't an angel. I'm sure there's plenty of reasons someone would want to get after would have wanted to get Sazia.
Oh,
Uh,
trust me,
I
I
mean,
I already knew anyone who works with my sister is not an angel.
yeah, I mean, he was a
I mean, and
weirdly great person to have around. He was a cool, interesting person. But the good news with the person that wanted him dead is that particular one, while they do have some resources to their name, it's not like they're one of the the head merchant princes or anything. So, ideally, I mean, it could be a lot worse. Is what I'm saying.
well, from what I've heard, they're a lot. Merchant princes. Most of their activities are limited within Hegan. I mean, some of them have business outside of Hegan as well, but most of them do the majority of their business within Hegan. It's how they keep their power there. Um, this person, from what I know, operates around the world.
Right. I think we should definitely keep an eye out. I'm just saying, from like are they going to be able to send a navy after us? But yeah, definitely we need to be aware of what's going on with that and see what we can do to possibly rectify that situation.
I agree. Also, side note, and this may be just a matter of opinion, do you think we should make an announcement that the bounties were cleared, or just kind of spread it via word of mouth?
I mean, ultimately, it's going to be up to Awen. He's captain. This is definitely under his purview, as a crew-wide thing. But I mean, I would definitely like to, have a chance as a group to sit down and make the ultimate decision. But with the knowledge that we've chosen to keep Awen as our captain, and whatever he decides in the end, that's what I'll be going with.
Yeah, I mean, they literally had no arguments against becoming mercenaries other than what about our bounties, right?
And
That was
I'm
the
sure,
only.
I'm sure they'll be thrilled to be able to walk around a city without having to dodge uniforms or anything.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, I wanted to go have a conversation with Viamir. So if you need me at all, I'll probably be in his quarters and then in mine. Um,
Cool.
you just shoot me a text if you need something.
Will do.
Enjoy the gun.
Thanks, man.
And
I'll get to work on that wand. Should be pretty nice.
Okay.
sounds like a plan. Yeah, I'll give you the gun, but not this. And he holds up the bracer with the bullets in it. That's expensive. You'll have to pay me for it.
All right, I'll think about it.
It makes infinite ammo, he says, waving as he goes with that hand.
Infinite ammo. Huh.
And he goes to knock on Viamir's door.
Okay. Vimir.
As you knock on the door, it slides open, and you see Viamir on the edge of his bed, and he's trying to. You see him with the wooden fist, and he summons the double-bladed scimitar, and it goes away, and he tries again, and it appears, and he tries again, and it appears.
Everything okay, buddy? He'll step in. What you working on there?
That hobgoblin. Someone else is hunting for the keys.
Yep.
They didn't think I was worthy. They didn't think we were worthy.
I don't know. How do you really tell when you are worthy? Clearly, that one thinks you're worthy. He points to the double-bladed scimitar.
He summons it again. Looks down on it. Summons it back into the gauntleted form. They could do more with it than I could.
Maybe that one was just different. Maybe that one was meant to change form. That's part of what it can do.
When she hit me, I felt it here. It hurt.
Yeah, I felt that too. It didn't strike like a regular weapon. Felt more like someone was using my own magic against me than someone hitting me with a sword.
Need to figure out why. Why do they oppose us? They said that if we continue down this path, it is wrong.
Well, rather than running away from her, what if we track her down? I identified the Eye of Luna for you. I know what it does. We could use it to find her.
And what? Take from her?
Talk to her.
Find out what she wants? Why she thinks I'm
Find-
unworthy?
Why she thinks she is worthy.
There are many tribes, Law. Hobgoblins were one of them.
Okay. That's actually why I'm here. I was wondering if you could tell me more about your tribes and more about the more about the keys that they had. It might help. You know, when I first thought about something called the keys, when you first told me about them, I had kind of a rough idea. But if you could tell me a little more specifically what we might be looking for, I'd be able to help you find them a heck of a lot easier.
And Didi, correct me if I'm wrong, just because I don't have my notes.
No problem.
There were 9 tribes,
Correct.
all with the sacred duty of protecting the mother tree. I had not run into any tribes as long as I've been alive. The last I saw was almost 300 years ago, when our tribe was attacked and decimated. My grandfather protected me, hid me away. trained me for a short period of time before passing of old age. And all he left me was, and he summons the double-bladed scimitar again, was this.
Well, looks like he left you with your tribe's key.
Yes. And I didn't know it. But the tribes, they dispersed. When, I don't know. Younger generations went off into the world. And I thought I was the last one of all the tribes. And now to find out, not only that I might have not been the last one, and there's grave danger coming to the World Tree. The Blade Veil is under attack. The spirits that once guarded it, rendered useless against this foe. I can feel their pain. I can feel so much. And yet, I know nothing. And now I wonder, is she right? Am I not worthy? In just a short time, she was able to render me useless. Had you not been there, I would have been dead. My artifact, my key, the legacy of my tribe, gone. And I wasn't able to defend it.
But we did. All of us did. You did your damnedest till the rest of us got there.
True.
And we did that for you.
You are my tribe now.
So, you said these tribes, they're from the same place you're from. You mentioned
Eastholm,
the
yes.
Eastholm Isle. Okay.
Yes.
Well, have you ever used the Arcana net? And I'll walk over to his console, which I'm sure is starting to gather dust at this point.
I use nets for fishing. Never been much to use magic with a net to fish, I guess.
Okay. So this is kind of like fishing, but instead you're casting your net into a sea of information, and you're trying to get the information you want. And he'll begin booting up his station in his room.
And like the Fifth Element, Viamir is just amazed by all the flashing images. And then cries a little bit when he sees all the war. No.
Chican. Good. Yeah.
Basically, he's giving Viamir a basic idea of how to use the Arcana net, so that he could potentially use it to try to search for the other tribes. If he's not willing to share the other tribes' names, that's fine. He's just trying to give him an idea of how he can do it.
Now, did you shared the other tribes' names with me? Would I know those, or did you share that for me as a player?
Nope, you would know. You would know
Okay.
those as a character.
So, look for the Belarisi. They were humans.
Okay. He'll begin the search, kind of Belarisi, East Home Isle, like, starting to look up keywords.
They had tan skin and they were very good hunters. Very good trappers. We're almost as one with the nature as, well, I am.
So, investigation check for that, Dee.
Yes.
I'm just over his shoulder, I guess, looking for... I don't know if there's any defining marks that would give them away. Maybe runes or something that might speak to me, something along those lines, but...
No.
Would I get advantage from... Yeah, would I get advantage from Viamir, like, helping since he knows the information about the tribe?
It wouldn't be much in the way of runes. Though, excuse me. You would be able to, the name... I will say with the name and at least... I will say Viamir is at least able to provide you with some general history of the tribe, things that they'd excel at, things that might stand out on old war reports, things like that. I would say those things would be able to give you an advantage on the roll, I'd say.
All right. Then that is investigation, a 16.
16. Okay. There is, as far as you can tell, there's no tribes known as the Belarisi, but there's a family known as the Belaris.
Where are they?
They are located in Onwin.
Are there any pictures of them that show up?
There are some images of them. They are actually a wealthy family, and they actually offer a lot of support to the people of Onwin in helping grow and provide. They've provided it. It's one of those things that when you look at them, they've actually provided a large number of undead soldiers as well as undead workers in Onwin. They actually have one of the largest farming sectors in the entire country.
Vimir looks over and goes, well, they were always reliable gatherers.
Well, let's do this. And I'm gonna try to trace them back to see if the family is originally from Anwen, or if they immigrated there, and kind of maybe even try and see where they immigrated from.
Okay, make an investigation check.
22.
22. As far as you can tell, they are natives of Onwin. They have been there for as long as the country has been around. So it seems.
Well, the world tree's
And-
older than the world, so like
That was so. And then how long has Onwin been a country for? That would just general history.
Onwin has been a country for several thousand years. General history about Onwin, for those of you who would like to take part in the world of Crimson Skies, you too can find information about Onwin. If you if you follow the channel, join our family, and head down in the doobly-doo and hit the Discord button, you can too join our amazing campaign of the Azure Adventurers Guild. But Onwin has been around for several thousand years, dedicated to Lux. They are known as the Dead Empire. Some of their oldest skeletal families exist up to 1,500 years. So the Belarus family is just under the Yaldrin farm, which dates back to 1,500 years.
would I know when the tribes started scattering based on the histories that were passed down?
Yeah, the tribes began scattering about 2,000 years ago.
Okay. I mean,
So it's
it's not a lock, but it could be them.
doesn't hurt to go ask or talk
Wait.
to them or try to talk to them.
The Eye of Luna. It belonged to a group of tieflings.
Okay.
Deep blue skin, almost the color of midnight. They were able to teleport in there. They were the ones tasked with guarding the entrance to the forest. Maybe since we have the Eye of Luna, that is something we should track down. The Talishi Dar. There's lots of commas and stuff in there. Talishar. The Talishal.
Yeah, I mean we can
Google
can
machine
start-
it.
we can start looking into all of these families. And I mean the Eye of Luna might be able to help clarify things too. Because like if we tell it to show us a surviving member of the Belarisi clan, then and it shows us a picture of someone that we can look up on the Arcana net and say, hey, this person is a part of the Belarus family. Now it's confirmed.
Well,
Right?
perhaps. They might have forgotten their history since they left the island.
Maybe. I don't know. I think our best leads right now are the Tiefling clan to figure out who's going to be using the Eye of Luna. And that Hobgoblin. Those are our two best leads right now.
The hobgoblins stayed close to the shore. They had the spear key.
Is that the weapon she was using against us?
The Novak tribe. Possibly. But for now, we have the Eye of Luna. She'll be
We have
back.
3 keys, right? We have the Eye of Luna, Awen's key, and your key.
Yeah.
So I mean, she'll have to come for us eventually. We literally have 1/3 of all of the keys.
Well, perhaps we should seek out the other keys. If the balance is in our favor, well, then we stand a better chance. That is what she was doing, no?
For sure. She got you to a point. She took you to a point where it'd be more advantageous for her if it came to a fight.
Oh, no, that's my fault.
Wait, what?
I wasn't trying to fight. I thought she was some harlot trying to get my pants. And left. Because I didn't want to...
You weren't trying to fight?
No. I thought I showed great restraint. And this is why I fight first and ask questions later.
No, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yes, your teachings have made me soft.
It's not a bad thing to ask questions first. It's just now we know next time we see her, she's not someone to ask questions first against. Now we know.
Search your machine for centaurs.
For centaurs?
Yes.
There's a lot of interesting things about centaurs in Arcananet. Let's make that a little more specific.
There was a tribe of centaurs and minotaurs. I say we go for centaurs.
That is now canon.
What you do with your own time on the Arcananet is your business.
What's on the Arcananet stays on the Arcananet.
Tribe name.
The Volria.
And I'll rather than I'll assist Viamir with looking that up then.
Okay. Go ahead and make an... I'd say make an investigation check.
All
20.
right.
20.
Volria. That's the help I give. I just keep saying it. And centaur.
Looking up the Volria, you don't actually come across any tracked centaur tribes. They are believed to have been forced into the Feywild just by sheer mistreatment and enslavement by peoples. They were some of the first people, along with Minotaurs. That's a secondary article that you stumble across. Is Centaurs and Minotaurs have both been heavily targeted for slavery and use in gladiatorial arenas. So that way the citizens of Zaylan could actually have, in direct quote, quality entertainment.
There are other tribes, but perhaps this is something we talk to everyone about.
Well,
Get them on board.
yeah, I agree. There is a possibility of maybe finding a descendant of the tribes in Zaylan, enslaved. Otherwise, they try to keep away from the regular folk, so that they won't be enslaved. Can't say I blame them.
Does it say Feywild in the?
It does. Yep.
And would I know what the Feywild is?
You would.
Okay. Or perhaps we just need to go to the Feywild where they hide the key, and get them to come back and serve their original purpose.
True, we might be able to get them to come back and defend the tree. I mean, it's possible that they disappeared because outsiders were coming to Eastholm and enslaving them, and so they retreated. It's not that they wanted to leave their duties, but that they had to or be enslaved.
Whatever their reasons. It appears the Hobgoblin tribe is hunting us, and
Or at least she is.
I believe she holds a key. She might be like me, one of the only few people that actually believe in the legends that we're told.
It's interesting that she's opposed to us then.
I think I would feel the same way if I found somebody with a key.
But someone from the same group of tribes, someone who
Just anyone
should
with
know
a
most
key.
of the same traditions.
Just anyone with a key. She's probably on the same mission I am. She doesn't know me. If I saw anyone with the key before I knew him, I would have certainly murdered him. And taken his key.
That sense of camaraderie must be a human thing.
Perhaps.
Well, regardless, I think we're on the right track with finding the keys now that we have more information and 3 of them.
Was her sister bullshitting about knowing where a key is?
I don't think she said she knew where a key was. I think she said she would help us with finding them. And
So get her
trust-
gladiators.
yeah, let's get her gladiators and we'll go from there. I mean, she said she would inquire with Mother, and I mean, Mother's knowledgeable about a lot of things. She's where I get my love of reading.
Come here, Sir William. You old fuck. Oh, he's vicious. Did not want to be picked up.
What a great distraction. What a great distraction.
He was like rubbing up on my leg, and then when I tried to pick him up, he immediately like rolled over.
I know that feeling. All right. Is that all you guys have?
All right, well,
Well, we'll bring it to the crew. If you think your mother and sister have what it takes to find the resources needed.
oh, speaking of the crew, so you know that big fuss about bounties needing to be cleared and all of that?
Yes, they cowards worried about their own skin.
Yeah, well, apparently someone else was looking out for their skins because all of their bounties have been cleared.
Well then good, no argument.
My thoughts exactly. I just have to take it to the captain, let him know.
Well, let us do that. Vladimir stands up and he's still a bit shaky. But he quickly recovers as Law, probably knowing him the best, would see the slight tremble as in his arm as he like uses it to stand up, but is quickly filled with his usual bravado. Sir William,
You okay there? You okay there, buddy? I know she did a number on you.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it hit me up here, and seems to take longer to recover when they hit you in your brain.
You know what'll help with that? Some music. And as we walk to Awen's captain's cabin, I'll hum a little tune and cast a first level healing word on you to take the edge off.
Okay. As you do, Sin, what are you doing?
I am currently doing crew bonding, my dude.
Yeah, in what fashion are you bonding with the crew?
Obviously, Sincere is doing some beer pong with the crew in the dining hall.
Indeed. Indeed. You already have a pretty good morale rating with the crew, as you are the one who hired them, paid them, and you are the quartermaster. So they tend to make an insight check.
Oh boy, an insight check.
So they tend to have a pretty high respect for you.
I'm so good at insight, though. Yeah.
The worst you could get is a negative.
Haha. Haha. I'm not getting a negative. I almost got a nat one.
Ooh.
I didn't. I got a 14.
A 14. Okay. They seem to have a pretty high respect for you. Possibly because you're the one who holds their paychecks in your hands. But also because you're the one who hired them, and they're trying to butter you up a bit more. Because nobody could possibly be this bad at beer pong.
She's already drunk, and each time she ends up having to drink a cup, she yells, "This bitch is empty! Yeah, yeet!" and throws it across the room.
As you do, as you start drinking, and you see them they are drinking heavily for every like one they get in, they're letting you like get in 5 on them. And having played several games already so far, you're feeling a little tipsy, enough so that one of the crew members feels a little more risky at this moment in time, as you see this rather young looking individual, a Kalashatar that you hired, still young in his age, and comes over, and you recognize his name to be Ravak, Rava apostrophe AK. Just comes up to you and
Oh, Rovak, what can I do for you? Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a wonderful time. With this, you've actually been such a wonderful person lately, and you've been so good to me about all the monies and just being a good crew and all of that. Is there any chance I could get an advance?
What do you need an advance for?
I want to get something.
Okay, and that something is?
Well, as you know, I'm pretty good with the hands, and he kind of like throws one hand out, and you see this ball of radiant energy just streak across the hall and impact into one of the walls. It kind of just leaves a little scorch mark. You hear Ebgard in the back just, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" Sorry, I won't do that
He's
again.
showing off, it's okay.
Yeah.
Some pocket bacon?
No, thank you. I'm pretty
Okay.
pretty full on bread bacon.
Well, I mean, you can't have enough bread bacon. It's
No,
good for you.
no, that's
But
true.
you can toast this.
Like Ebgarn puts like he fills the roll with butter and then wraps it in a lot of bacon. It's pretty crunchy and pretty good. But I want to get some brass knuckles that
Okay.
have little blades on them that I can schnicked out. They're kind of like folding blades. So I have them on, and when I go to punch someone, if I want to cut the shit out of them, I can go schnicked.
That's really cool. How much do those cost?
They're like... they're like 750 gold pieces.
Oh. That's a lot.
Yeah, they're made out of adamantium.
Oh. That's really expensive. Adamantium.
Yeah, it is, and it would be fantastic if I could get an advance on some payment.
Okay, and how much do you need?
750 gold.
What did you do with the advance I already gave you?
He just kind of looks down at himself and kind of like motions. He is wearing like he's wearing a nice white long sleeve shirt with nice dress black pants and these rather nice steel-toed dress boots. He has a black tie and a pair of suspenders that come up over his shoulders and have the nice Y separation in the back. And the top button's unbuttoned and the tie's a little hanging loose, but well tied. And he just kind of this. And I got the haircut too, so it's all nicely combed over, and it looks appropriate for all of this.
Oh. Okay, is this guy like a total lush? And does he seem like he's gonna like abandon crew as soon as I forward him money?
Make an insight check.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those. I'm like crazy good. Let's pick a pretty dice. Come on, baby. Yes! Rolled a 19 for 20 total.
No. Surprisingly enough, he does not seem like he is going to run off on you. He seems like he's at least trying to help in some way, trying to get a little bit more oomph out of his strikes.
Well, you know what? How about we test how strong you are, and then, after this goes, we'll see how it goes. Okay?
Okay. How would you like to test how strong I am?
You can fight me,
Where?
or you could fight Vimir. Honestly, I would pick me because Vimir might kill you.
Yes, it's probably true. Where can we fight? The cargo bay is pretty empty. Would you want to fight here? At that point, you hear some people go, "Fight here! Fight here! Yeah, fight here! Let's put some bets on it!"
It is about time we had some action. Good. Do the fight now.
Okay, we can fight here as long as... Okay, you know what? First, everyone, we're going to take the tables, we're going to stack them away.
Yes, ma'am! Yes, ma'am! And you just see everyone, without even, hearing the rest of your directions, just starts moving all the tables, stacking them up, putting all the chairs up in order, making sure that nothing could potentially get damaged.
Oh, you know what? I have a good idea. Give me a second. And I go over to the ship intercom, and I'll say... Paging Law, please come to the dining room. Paging Law.
Well,
I'm
guys,
assuming
all
this
of
is
you-
after everything I've done.
Yeah,
Or-
all of you at this point hear this announcement come over the entire ship from Sincere.
Oh God, this should be interesting. Let's head there first before we go see Awen. Hey, Vimir, see what this is about.
What was the announcement?
For Law to come to the dining hall.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, I can go talk to Awen by myself. You should go to bed, man. You look really tough right now, and like you had a hard day.
And then a second announcement comes up that's like, attention, any crew members that would like to place bets, please come to the dining room. Thank you.
Oh God, what are we betting on? And
I
Law.
don't like this.
At this point, Awen,
Fixer puts down what he's doing and goes,
there's a knock at your door
Yeah.
on the
Hearing
bridge.
the announcement, Aowen would have probably already started to get up, and then as the knock happens, he's gonna open the door.
You open the door to your office on the bridge, and Lycirus is standing there and going, "Oh, good, you're leaving. I gotta fly. Here is 50 gold. Put it on whoever you think is going to win. Trust in you, Captain." And she leans up and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and then heads over to her, back to the pilot's seat.
Ooh, that's not good. She handed me 50 gold.
She did, because she don't know.
who is the poorest
Oh,
person on the
man.
ship?
Who is in need of monies?
Law will convince you that he needs money.
I have 5 silver.
No, you don't know this yet.
But
This is
I don't know your current financial status.
You
So-
also know Vimir doesn't keep gold on.
So, Aowen's gonna be like, you
betting money.
want for
Give it to whoever's playing the bookie. Just give it to them, and then you're free of it.
just give the money to the bookie?
And bet on who you think is going to win.
What is happening?
I don't know. There's something going on, and obviously Sin says to place bets. So please take my money, place a bet, and give my money to the bookie.
Okay.
And put it in my name.
Okay.
All right. Love you, bye! And she makes her way over to her seat and gets back in the pilot seat.
Now, based on my magical wanting to give away money, is it just like this? Because I haven't hit that point yet where I've had the 50 gold max. So I guess now when she
make
hands
a
me
wisdom saving throw. Because this technically isn't your money.
Okay, so it's not mine. So wisdom is a 10.
Oh my god, you just barely made it.
Oh.
Oh shit. You feel a little tickle in the back of your mind, but you manage to shrug it off. Like this is not your money. This is Lycirus's money. She wants to make a bet. Goes to the bookie.
Okay. So I will be taking the 50 gold, making my way towards wherever the announcement. That was the dining hall?
Yep, mess hall. Right. Fixer, are you going as well?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
He heard bet and was just like, okay, who else is in this room? You take over and just booked it open.
Even Six makes his way into the dining hall as everyone's standing around in a large circle. All the crewmen on the inside of the circle, you see, have large shields in front of them. They have gone to the armory and grabbed every shield that they could find in case there's any missed attacks, so that they would take the brunt. In the middle, you see this well-groomed Kalashatar male with a white dress shirt, sleeves rolled up. You see the circuitry-like tattooing on his arms, up his neck. The button-down shirt is unbuttoned at the top. He's actually now at this point removing his tie and like pocketing it, and he just seems to kind of be rotating his wrists a little bit, trying to get a little loose and limber. And on the opposite side, about 15 feet away from him, is Sin, bouncing like a giddy happy kid.
She's double fisting beers right now.
Have we made our way to the mess hall?
You have.
Everyone, Lance here. He will take your bets.
What?
He is very good at being a bookie.
What is going
You can
on?
trust him. Hey, Vladimir. Hi. Do you want a beer? No?
So,
Uh,
as Awen gets there and hears that Law's the bookie, Awen's gonna approach Law.
There's actually a line of people that come up behind Awen now and expect you to have a book out.
Oh God. He'll pull out his phone and start taking down everyone's
There's
pets.
gotta be an app for that.
Wait,
I'm sure.
what are the
I'm sure
odds?
he has like a note-taking app.
What are the odds?
At the very least.
I bet there's like a
Oh.
community app where one
Yo.
person registers themselves the bookies and everybody else puts their bets in there.
You're asking for odds.
Everyone
Yeah.
Venmos him their bet.
Oh,
No, you know what? I'll
Oh.
figure this out.
odds are on Sin. 2-1.
I'll put my hands up. Sin, other guy, punch my hand.
I don't want to punch your hand.
Yeah, punch my hand.
Okay.
I don't want to punch your hand.
Sure. I will do so. Full strength.
Yeah. Full
Yeah.
strength.
Okay. That's where's his modifier on his character sheet?
Slap him with the other one.
That's a 19 to hit. 13.
I mean, he's not moving, he's not dodging, so he's gonna hit.
Okay. He comes in, and as he does, you see his fist kind of ignites in this gold energy. As he slams your fist hard, you take 8 points of magical bludgeoning damage that hits your hand hard. It numbs your hand a bit. It kind of stings.
Vladimir, beat up and whatnot, he appreciates the force by. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, Sin,
I don't want to punch your hand.
don't make me hit you, Sin.
Summons glaive,
I-
cuts hand off.
She's not even trying. She just like punches it like that, like limp wrist. Hey, that'll probably hit. That's an 18.
Yeah.
And my strength modifier is 0.
+1, so she hits you. It's an impact, but it's like a high five impact. It's not a good punch.
Vladimir turns to the crowd. Which one will be your champion?
The whole crowd just goes, Sin, 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 Sin.
Aowen's gonna look to Law and be like, so Lysiris, she wanted me to give you this for, it sounds like for Sin, because she's got better odds, so this is Lysiris's money that she's betting on this. Are they fighting? Is that what is happening?
I guess so. I just got here. And he's kind of like glancing over at the Kalashitar, like sizing him up a little bit too.
He's
just
a scrawny kid. He doesn't have a lot of meat to him. He's wiry, kind of like Awen.
I mean, he looks like he maybe fights kind of like you do.
Oh.
So this should be interesting.
Yeah, well,
so-
it's Lysiris, yeah. If the odds are in Sin's favor, then Lysiris is gonna bet this 50 gold, I think is what she said, so.
All right,
you can
50
even
gold on
write her name
50
down.
gold on Sin, and he takes it down, and I guess like he has like some crew pull over a table so he could start, collecting the
you amass a betting table of about 875 gold pieces from the entire crew, none of which has been bet on the other guy.
Viamir, while that's happening, Viamir, based on the shield circle that has accumulated or formed, he kind of visualizes summons the double-bladed scimitar, draws a halfway line,
I'd say
sends
that's
them
easy
both
enough.
their respective corners, and reinvigorated by a fight about to happen, even if it's not him. Plus his experience, very briefly as it was, in the pits, he starts hyping up the crowd.
All right, as you do that, Rav looks around and, has anyone bet on me?
Yeah, I did, and I slap him on the cheek a few times. Yeah, hey, you got this, killer.
Right.
Can I bet on him as well, secretly?
Yeah, if you want to. How much are you gonna put on?
Oh,
I'm gonna put all my gold on it.
How much is that?
insider training. She's gonna
44.
throw the fight.
44? Okay.
Wait, does the bookie gets a cut, right?
I mean, the thing is, if no one bets on the other guy, then everyone just gets their money back. Like, that's all that happens.
No,
because I don't have the
no
money
one,
to.
if no one bets on the other guy, all their money goes to him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is if no one bets on the other guy and Sin wins, then everyone just basically gets their money back. Like, they don't get any extra winnings because we don't have any extra winnings.
Sin is basically going to then have all their money if he wins. This guy will also get a cut from it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
And so does the bookie. At least a good bookie.
Good bookie.
Fixer will walk up to Law and say, okay, outside of the, one versus the other betting, me and you, 10 gold says Sin misses her first hit.
Wait, so you're betting Sin will miss?
Sin will miss.
I just want to clarify. Ooh, those are rough odds, man.
10 gold she doesn't cast.
Eldritch Blast.
All my money on that.
You know what? I thought
That's easy money.
10 gold is a pittance. I'll take you on that bet. I'll say she'll hit it. I say she makes her first hit.
Okay.
And so Vimir's just been like reinvigorated again by the energy of the crowd, and he's walking around the perimeter after he drew the circle, just like embracing members of the crew, hyping them up, like pointing to each of them, like, who's gonna win? Is it gonna be Sincere? Or is it gonna be that dude?
The crowd, when you say Sincere, the crowd roars, and when you point to Ravak, everyone's quiet.
Sincere says, "Woo!"
He just as Sin does that. Let's make a charisma saving throw here. Nah, he blushes. He turns bright red. He turns bright freaking red.
I'll still hype Ravik up. I'll be like, Ravik, the beast from the east, the man with a plan.
Actually,
Ravik.
Actually, I'm from.
No, shut up, Ravik.
I'm from Beirut. Okay.
It's the east somewhere.
It's southeast, technically, but right. I'll shut up.
The beast from the east, the man with the plan, Ravik with the golden fist. Yeah.
Once all the bets are in, Law will walk over to Sin, and he'll just say, "Win or lose, I need you to make your first hit," and inspire her.
Somebody actually believes in me.
You got this.
And then as I make my way around closer to Sin's side, I'll be like, Sincere, look at this tiefling. So small and unassuming. Who would think she could win? All of you? Yeah? And I raise my arms up as the crowd goes wild.
Dream big.
And then I'll be like, Well, good for you guys. And then make my way over to Sincere and just be like, I believe in you. Seriously.
Sin.
I want to pull down Vimir and whisper in his ear, even if I lose, I'm going to win.
And I'm confused by this, but I'm like, I beat Gil for you.
Gil? What happened? Did you kill him?
No, he was a skeleton. He was already dead.
Well, I mean, technically he died before, I think.
Yeah, but I beat him.
And then
you re-kill him?
reanimated.
I beat him. No, he was still around. We actually freed him during the feast, but I just wanted to let you know.
But did you start the fight with, I have a bone to pick with you?
No, I didn't know it was him when I fought him.
But I told you it was Gil!
No.
Yes, I did! I told you as soon as I found out it was Gil because I bribed that one police officer.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
I'm indignant and it makes me very unhappy that you are lying to me, but that is okay.
Well, use that anger in this next fight. You'll need it.
Can I have another whiskey?
Yeah, no problem. And one of the crew members runs over, gets you a whiskey, comes through the crowd. Excuse me, and hands you a whiskey.
Yay!
Do you get disadvantage on her swings yet?
Yay!
Are you taking the whole thing?
She takes another.
I'll motion
Con
for
save,
both fighters. I will motion for both fighters to come to the center to shake hands.
Hey, net 20. I'm so on fire today.
Natural 20. All right. As you do, you hold your liquor very well as as Ravik comes over and I'm so fucked. Nobody wants to see me.
Dream big on your new Scott Living mattress.
What the
No,
fuck
I want
was
to
that?
see you win. I want to see you win.
Shake
Do your
hands.
best.
Shake hands.
Even if you beat the shit out of me, or if I beat the shit out of you, we're gonna do great. You're gonna
Back to your
prove
corners.
yourself. I believe in you.
Are you going to use your weapons?
Do you want me to use my weapons?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, I'll use the weapons.
Okay. As he goes back and just kind of like stares, and there are some crew members who you can audibly hear just, don't you fucking hit her. Don't you fucking hit her. We will not get paid if you hit her.
And I will pull out my my ivory warhol.
Law's gonna go to the console or look around, make sure the medics are here. If they're not, he'll go to the console and call for them.
Oh
And be
yeah,
on
there
standby.
are the medic crew is here. That is for certain. All right. As the war horn is blown, Sincere, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy.
And Vimir's in the pit. He's just acting as like ref.
Nice.
17.
Oh, I rolled an 18 plus 2 initiative is 20.
All right.
I rolled a 13. Again, I'm not fighting, but I'm in the pit as ref.
All right.
So
So
if
we
I
are
have
gonna
to do something.
Alrighty. We are gonna have some fun with this. Each round, after the round completes, we're gonna roll initiative again. So
Okay.
top of the round, Sin comes to you. He's 15 feet away from you. The crowd roaring, chanting your name.
She's getting really into it and like doing some like cool flexing and like swirling around her glaive and looking really
As you do,
cool.
people are just like, yeah!
And then she turns and points her glaive at you and she's like, I'm sorry about this, as she uses Hexblade's curse.
Okay. As you target him with Hexblade's curse, there's a kind of looks and... Okay, this is okay. This is not so bad.
And I go forward and do my first attack.
Alrighty. So you charge forward and make your first attack.
Okay, that is going to be a... Pretty sure I have a +9, but let me double check. Yeah, that's an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Hey, I hit something, guys. Oh shit, I need a D10.
Oh,
Bob puts his hand out to fix her.
Fixer
yeah.
just gives him a platinum
I love
piece.
how you say that and your kid's hand is just coming in on screen.
I thought it was just me imagining it, you know? Just,
Please, somebody clip
oh my god,
that.
D&D is so real.
Let's see. Okay, let's...
Fixer frowns and drops a platinum piece in his hand.
Let me get up my feature, because I haven't used Hexblade's Curse before. Oof. Ooh. Okay.
Wait, aren't we level
So-
5?
Yes.
And yes, I do have Thirsting Blade. So I just did 18 damage as I turn and do a twist and swing again at him.
Okay.
It's a 15 plus 9.
Yeah, that hits. You come in, your first strike, bam! Second strike, bam!
Yeah, second swing. I spin around and I just jab it into his stomach with the other end, and that will be 13
13.
damage.
Your 2 strikes waylay into him rather harshly, cutting a deep cut through his shirt. He goes, I just got this! Fuck! As you come through and stab him. Ugh, son of a bitch! This is not going well.
I hit him with the non-stabby at.
Oh, you hit him with the bludgeon as you crack him in the stomach. He just, ow. This is not going well. The
Okay,
crowd,
it's your turn to hit me!
the crowd is just, yeah! Yeah! He goes, right, yeah, that's something that I have to do. And he is going to close the 5-foot gap between you and him. And as he does, you watch as he goes for 1, 2 big strikes, coming up with those hooks.
Yeah. He can do it.
17, 18, 19, 20. 20 to hit on the first one.
Yes.
All right. That's a natural 20 on the second hit.
Yes. Yes.
3d6. Okay. On the natural 20, 8, 9, 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
It is magical for the sake of overcoming resistance.
Okay.
And on the second hit, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a...
Con save?
I need you to make a con save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to be a 16.
Alright, I need you to make a con save on the second strike.
Okay. Just in case, I'm just going to stack your inspiration. That is an D8. I'm pretty sure I make it, but I just want to be doubly sure. Oh yeah, now I definitely make it.
Okay.
That'll be 8. But no, wait. 20.
That will succeed. He's going to use another key point to flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows.
Does a 7? Shit. 18. 18 to hit. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I was.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He hits.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
I need another con save.
Ooh, con save. Okay. Let's roll that con.
I heard that go off the table.
That one got away from you.
It's went underneath the ledge of the desk and then down and under. Okay, I guess I'm not using that dice anymore. Oh, that's a good one. That is a 16 plus 3.
That's a success. Second flurry of blow strike is a natural 19. Comes to another 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh,
And
nice.
con save, please.
Nice. Okay. Conceive. 18 plus 3.
That's a
So,
success.
1.
He has wasted a lot of resources to try and stun you. With each hit that he's driving into you, targeting just your body, and he's avoiding your chest, and he's just targeting your stomach at this point. However, every single hit he gets, the crowd's just boo, boo, boo. And he's at the last punch he gets in, he's just kind of like stands there a little dejected. And just like, I'm sorry. They don't like me now. They're not going to like me. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay. 15.
6.
6?
Yep.
Okay. He goes to punch you 2 more times as he sees you're like still kind of like reveling in the cheer and the good merriment, and you seem to be giving him like the most like support out of anyone here. And he goes to hit you this time with a 15 plus 7
Oh, 15 plus. Yeah, that hits.
for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He gives you another pop, like a good jab, and the crowd just boo, and he just kind of lowers
She
his
does like a
shoulders.
little hiccup, and it's like suddenly there's a little bit of blood, and she's like, "Oh, you're really good at this."
I'm sorry, please don't be mad at me. And a 17 to hit.
17 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shield.
You. The crowd just. Yeah! And he goes. Okay.
Surprise!
Yeah, you can do that. I should try and hit you more, but they're all going to be really upset if I hit you more, so...
No, just hit me! Try and hit me! The shield is still up! If you can get through it, you deserve this hit!
Okay, and he just kind of like... very weakly and very meekly, just hearing the boos of his comrades coming through, just kind of like... Goes and throws two hits. A 20.
Yep.
That breaks through.
Yep.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
Can I chime in with the booze and cutting words that strike?
Roll initiative. No, go ahead.
It's a reaction, so
Dick move.
I'm gonna reduce the damage by 5.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy, I'm still up.
He sees you're still up, and he goes and rolls again. Oops, I got cocked. 15 plus 7. He goes and... okay, not too bad. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
He hits for the first one. There's a bit more blood that comes out of you, Sin. And he goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Please don't be mad at me." And this time he just reaches up and just... right in the forehead.
Thump.
As you just fall backwards. As people just... boo! Boo!
Anyone's gonna clap.
Boo!
Anyone's just gonna
Vimir
start
just
clapping.
he runs up and summons the staff in between Sin's body and
He just kind of like stands there and slumps his shoulders, and his posture kind of like gets a little bit more meager as he just kind of like tries to hide himself. And he's not a tall guy. He's about 5'4" at most. He's pretty short for a Kalashatar. He's kind of like...
He's still taller than Sin, though.
Keep forgetting that. I'll get there one day.
Fixer will walk up and give Sin a burst of Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Aowen's gonna kind of look towards some of the other crew member and, like, as he's clapping, like, try to, like, make contact with others. Kind of like that, like, hey, you should clap. It was a fair fight, and you should participate.
Make an intimidation check, as you are the captain, giving these crewmen the eye.
That is a 19 on the die, so that is a 20 total.
Oh, damn! You start looking around at the crew as they're booing, and they see you clapping, and all immediately go quiet, like a wave around the room, and just... Sin, you come to consciousness with 9 HP, hearing an applause as Ravik's kind of shoulders kind of like relax a little bit, but he still hangs his head, and as he sees you come to consciousness, he's like, "I'm sorry, it was very rude of me to do that."
He doesn't have time to talk as I
just
arm
stand up. I'm like, "This is a champion!" Woo!
Oh, God, you're so tall. Ow.
Because Sin's just like, this is a champion.
And I blow the war horn.
This is what we do.
Oh, God, it's loud in that here. Yeah, okay. People just kind of start applauding a little bit more, seeing that you're not upset.
I pretend to ignore him and then blow the war horn again.
Oh, God, it's ringing. Okay, thank you. There's a lot of people who are staring at you, Law, and just immediately turn around and start walking back to their tables and moving tables out. As, Sin, you placed a bet?
Yep.
Who else placed a bet on him? Was it, just Sin? Just Sin.
I only placed a
didn't
bet
make-
about the first hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Law and Fixer's only bet was on that first.
Okay. So it was...
And Viper lied about placing a bet on him.
What did I say it was? It was 8 something?
857 gold.
857 gold. Sin, as you come over and you kind of stare at the gold, and there's a lot of it there. There's a lot of it there. Law's just sitting there looking at you.
So, yeah.
The crew seems a little despondent. Perhaps a round of drinks.
Did I win any money off of this?
No.
Oh,
You won your pride.
okay. Normally, like,
But-
the fighter wins a little bit of money.
Yeah, would Sin know that?
Yeah.
No, he won. He won some monies.
How much did I win?
I don't know. How much did he win?
I'll grab a handful.
How do you want to split it? How do you want to split it, Sin? It's up to you.
10% bookie fee.
Oh,
Okay.
did you throw the fight?
Well,
No, she tried. She's
I mean,
tried fighting.
she did a lot of damage, and then he just hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was just way faster at hitting me.
So times point. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I put in way too many numbers. 857 times 0.1. All right, Law, you can add 85 gold pieces and 7 silver.
Vimir just grabs a handful of gold and shoves it into his chest.
Okay.
Yeah, those are your winnings.
Thank
Good job.
you.
You
Thank
did
you.
well.
You give him 300 gold pieces.
That's a big handful.
So you've got big
I'll
hands,
remember
man.
that.
You've got
I'll
big
remember
hands,
that.
man.
The next time I take a handful of things, I'll remember that.
A handful of
So
things.
then I have the rest. And I look at his winnings. I'm like, okay, come with me. And she's just like,
you have 471 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces.
How many?
471 gold and 3 silver.
And then plus the 44 that I bet.
Yep. That's in there. So you get your 44 back in that pile.
Okay, how much was that again? Sorry.
471 and 3 silver. Chasme thinking that there's going to be a halfling who comes up with a fucking banking system pretty soon. And we just switch over to credits and I solve my problem that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the first bank of the world.
There's the first bank, so it's probably going to be something that rolls out soon. He follows you, and where are you taking him?
I'm taking him to my room.
There is a lot of the crew that notices this, and there is a very dour murmur from a bunch of people. The rest of you in the mess hall, as Sin and Ravak disappear down into the lower halls, heading towards her room, you hear, "Oh, come on! There's no way! No fucking way! He'll come up here crying or something like that. She'll call him a little bitch, and he'll come up here poor. She'll take him of his money because he cheated. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, totally cheated. Big asshole. She's gonna rub him blind. Good for her. Fucking cheater."
Lol, pull Awen aside real quick. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
So I wasn't originally sure how we were gonna roll this information out, but in light of the fact that the crew just lost a lot of money, I found out that none of them have bounties anymore.
How loud are you saying that?
Very, very quietly, like up in like Awen's ear.
Okay.
Quiet.
Good to know.
So how did that happen?
I don't know.
Did you do something?
Nope. Someone cleared their name for us. And like it's weird because it's like there's not a lot of other pirates who have had that happen. Just us.
Is there any way in the system to tell when a bounty from someone was cleared, or
Yes.
if someone had a previous bounty?
Yes. You as a
Well,
pirate,
Yeah.
and surprisingly enough, at this moment in time, as you were in your office, you discovered that the Pirates Arcana network, its private servers, were still operational.
Well, okay. Why don't we go back and we can look at the computer and see if we can't figure out maybe what happened. Why don't we go quick?
If you might want to make an. I mean, we could look into that further. I have a name of who did it, but I don't know. I was just thinking
at it
like,
again.
morale kind of sucks right now.
Yeah, why don't we go look at it and make sure everything is all in order before. We don't want to get their hopes up or something if we have false information. But why don't we go back? We can go look at the computer real quick and then come back and see
sure.
if we let everyone know.
At this point, Ebgarn puts out 2 large trays. Viamir! Get over here and take these trays and start serving drinks to the lushes here that are piss poor attitude. Please. You're muted.
Vimir takes trays. I don't know if there's a table in front of me. If not, he puts it on the floor. He goes, drinks.
People start making their way over, grabbing drinks. Ebgarn, hey, this is for you. Crystal clear water. As you've asked for.
Water. Vimir enjoys.
All right. Fixer, what are you doing?
Shoot. Most of the people he talks to have already left the room, so he pulls out his alchemy jug, says beer, starts drinking it, and heads back to the engine.
Okay. Sin, you take poor Ravak back to your room. Of which, at this point, as he stands there in the doorway with his coin, his face, he looks up at you, and his face goes bright red, and he just, Come inside,
come inside. You can meet Clarence.
What the fuck is it, Sing?
Come on. Clarence is in here, but also we have business to talk about.
Okay, and he just really hesitantly makes his way inside, holding the coin.
Okay, you can sit next to Clarence on the bed. And he sees, like, the little rat, like, nestled up.
As he goes over and sits down on the bed, he's... Oh, it's soft. Yeah. Clarence kind of then skitters up and clacks a little bit. It's mine. I know what you rats like. Clarence just
She
kind of...
walks over and sits on her desk. So, about your adamantium brass knuckles.
Yeah?
Now we can afford them.
Oh, did you just want to rob everyone?
No, I literally did want to see how well you fought.
Oh.
And then I saw that everyone was betting on me. Which, I mean, if I had won, it would have been cool too. But no one was betting on you. And I really believed in you, so I put all of the money that I had on you. And now, instead of having to ask all of the other, like, main crew members if I can dip into party funds that we're going to use to repair the ship, I got enough money to let you borrow it, so you can get the brass knuckles.
Thank you very much. I didn't know that this was your plan.
Well, I mean, if I had won, it would have been, like... I don't know. I mean, I would have won some money, but it wouldn't have been enough. But no, I actually really think you're a really good fighter. You're really fast, and you hit really, really hard. I'm going to have bruises, and she, like, lifts up her shirt.
He just, like... Yeah, bruises, yeah, that happens when I hit people on occasion. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
You don't look perfectly fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine. I'm just a little hot.
Oh, let me think. I could probably... Here, I'll just do this. And she Ray frosts her pillow. And then hands it to him. That should be nice and cold.
Yeah, that is pretty cold. Well, I appreciate it. Can I leave this here? Because I feel like they're going to kill me.
Yep. No, that makes sense. Everyone seemed very upset.
Dankeschön.
So, you know what? I can buy them for you.
That would be fantastic. If we make our way to Alonsk, there is someone who sells them and makes them there.
Okay. I will definitely... Do they have, like, a Facebook page?
He just kind of sets the coin on the bed and actually reaches into his pocket and pulls out a slip of paper. Here's the order form, there's the location, it's the Golden Golem, and yeah.
Is it already filled out?
The order is not filled out, but it is basically a business card with the item of interest on it and the current price set to $750. However, you do know that the Golden Golem is actually a large guild hall of artisans. There is almost every artisan profession inside of the Golden Golem in Alonsk. So you could even make your way there and pay your guild dues if you needed to, which you are actually coming up on guild dues.
Yep. I can't just Venmo my guild dues.
No, because I am now just thinking of how ridiculous it is to carry 750 gold around in a modern day world. So I think within the next couple sessions there will be a first bank announcement of the new credit system, and everyone's bank accounts are going to be transferred. If you still have regular normal currency, bring it into the bank and we will exchange it. That's probably going to happen.
Makes sense. So, like there's a fill-outable form part
for the
on
order.
the card?
Yeah, for the order.
She's like, okay, so is it just Ravak? No last name?
It's just, yeah, it is just Ravak.
She's writing it with like it's in cursive, really pretty, and she's putting like hearts and smiley faces as she fills it.
Yeah, and my hand size is medium, because I'm vertically challenged, as some people would say.
You're still taller than me.
I know, but not by much, so there's kind of like that hiccup.
He's like half a foot taller than her.
So, yeah. I will leave that with you, and I am going to go, because if I stay here any longer, I think people will hate me more.
Why is that?
Oh, because everyone really respects you and really likes you on the crew, because you also hold all the paychecks in your hands, and you can also tell them whether or not they can take something out of the armory, or you dish out ammunition when it's appropriate. So if I was to stay here any longer, everyone would be thinking that we are a thing, and that is going to get me killed. And I really like it here on the ship because it's really fun on here. And if there's ever a point where I get to do like a ground attack on something, I can do what I do best and do it with some nice new threads that I have to go and sew together. So it's going to be a thing.
Oh, you know what? Do we have any fine shirts in the inventory?
Not in his size. That's okay, I can sew this, I have some sewing skills, I also have a few other shirts. But, yeah.
Okay, but don't worry, I'm still going to compensate you for your shirt whenever we land, because I got a little overzealous.
That's okay, I told you could use your weapons, I thought I'd be a little bit more nimbler.
You did really, really well, though. And I think that you should talk to Captain Eowyn, because you guys have really similar talents. And I bet you could get some pointers from him. You're going to be a very strong fighter.
Okay, I appreciate that. That Viomir guy was really nice, too.
He's really cool, too.
Oh,
He's really strong.
That's good. Yeah, he yanked my arm and I was like floating off the ground by like a foot.
He's really strong.
Alright, I'm going to go now. Bye-bye. Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay, bye. I'll talk to you later.
And he just makes his way as fast as humanly possible out of the room.
Oh, what a nice kid. Did he forget? Like, was he still holding her pillow for comfort?
He still has that tucked under his arm, and he's just like, yep. It just makes his way out.
She's like, I didn't need the pillow anyway.
Which is probably gonna get him hurt. Making your way back to the bridge, I'm guessing, Eowyn and Law?
Yes.
Okay. Making your way there. You are there. Are you heading into your office?
Yes, gonna head and take a look at the computer system.
Okay. As you do, you get on, and logging on as you noticed earlier, it is still The servers are still active. They are still running.
Vimir would have followed Law and them after the fight.
Okay. As you all enter in, Lycerius just looks back over and goes, Captain, I win anything?
No.
It looks like
Shit.
like everybody lost. Or pretty much everybody.
That's funny. Alright, good to know. Good to know. Thanks, Captain.
And Lycerius is gonna look, or Eowyn's gonna look back to Lycerius and be like, Lycerius, do you know anything about the bounties for all the crew members?
Yeah, they're paid.
Do you know how that happened?
According to law, some lady, Madam something or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. If they're all paid, somebody paid them.
Exactly.
Someone with a lot of sway with the first bank.
He'll look
Or
back
just
to
a lot of money.
Law and ask, Madam, do you know what the name was?
Lysandra.
Madam Lysandra? Is that name anything to Eowyn?
That name to you does not ring a bell in any
Nothing.
way, shape, or form.
Okay. Well, let's just pull up the computer here real quick and see if there's anything else we can gather. But yeah, maybe we have some good news to tell the crew. That was pretty quick. They'll be pretty happy about that.
Okay. As you start pulling up their bounty files, they are indeed all paid off. The person who paid it off, their name on the pirates end of the server is blacked out. It's unreadable. However, you do have, as a captain, some clearance that may or may not allow you to access who that is. If you would like to, I would need you to go ahead and make an intelligence check, plus your proficiency modifier.
Intelligence plus proficiency.
Yes, please.
Plus 3. Okay. 17 plus 3, 20.
That is just enough. As you start putting in your passcode, each name that clears comes back with Lycerius over and over and over and over again.
And what did Law you said it was? You said it was Madam
Lysandra.
Lysandra, but this is coming up as Lycerius.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't have closed the door as he's working in there. Is Lycerius still out in the
Always at her station, unless she's sleeping in her quarters, which is rare.
So Eowyn's gonna call. Be like, hey, Lycerius, can you come here for a second?
I suppose. And she flips to autopilot, makes her way over, stands in the door and just kind of leans. Yeah, Captain?
So the clearing of the bounties, you don't know who did that?
Nah, Captain, I don't. All I know is I started putting in the paperwork and you started coming up clean according to law. So, hey, that's what it is.
Eowyn's gonna insight check her.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay. Boop. She seemed to be telling the truth.
It's just so weird because in the computer here it's got your name next on all this paperwork stuff. For clearing the.
No idea, Captain. Might be a bug in the servers. I don't know.
Hey, have you ever heard of someone called Madame Lysandra before?
Nope, haven't. Apologies. New name to me.
Okay. Well, and he's just gonna kind of look back to Law and just be like, well, I mean, either way, it's pretty good news. I mean, we can tell the crew that their bounties have all been cleared, and hopefully that'll definitely make some things a little bit easier for them. They won't be kind of confined to the ship as we enter certain cities, and we certainly held up. We held up our end of the bargain. I don't know how it happened, but
Hey, it happened nonetheless, so it's a positive thing. I'd say everyone's lucking out today. Anyhow.
We also have a job.
Yeah. Where should I set our location to?
Are we in the officers' quarters, whatever?
You are in Awen's office.
Is there
his private captain's
map?
office? There is indeed a map.
And so, would it be familiar enough for Vimir to pull up after using the navigation station?
So the map is actually a large paper map.
Oh, it's a paper map?
Yep. It is a year old. So all locations are up to date.
Looking at it, well, we were told to go to Zaylan to get gladiators, yeah?
Yeah. Do we know where at in Zaylan we want to head?
Well, I mean, she wants the best, and the best fight in Alonsk.
Yes, but
Didn't you also have a Dulahan thing to do?
we just went to the outskirts and fought one of their champions, and he was quite tough.
Yeah. Come to think of it,
Resourceful.
I think she told us specifically to go to Dulahan. My sister.
Law's sister, yeah. Yeah, I mean, why don't we can gather the crew, give them the announcement, and then start readying things to head to Dulahan then, if
Well, it's late.
that's...
Let them sleep.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean right this second, but I think maybe tonight it might be a good time. Like Law said, I know some of them kind of maybe lost some money in the bets, but it certainly kind of be a little bit of a morale boost if we kind of tell them a little bit about the bounties and maybe help them sleep a little bit better.
No, tell them in the
head out
morning when they
tomorrow.
have fresh food in their bellies and they're awake.
Would you like me to peruse the mercenaries net and see if there's any extra jobs that the crew could take up and earn a little bit of extra coin while you all do your hunting thing around Dulahan?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's something you can just kind of look up on the computer system there, and
Yeah. I'll put them to work. Make sure they get going.
yeah, see if there's anything you could find, something that we could do, or maybe a few of us could do while the others are gathering some of the gladiators. It's not a bad idea.
Alright. Well, I'll leave the gladiator hunting to you all, and I'll just start checking and see what the boys can do. She turns around and makes her way over to her chair. Closes your door as she makes her way off.
As she closes the door, with Law and Vimir in there, Awen's just gonna kind of turn to him and be like, something I don't know. I'm looking at this and it's got Lycirus's name, and I'm not saying she's lying to us or anything, but I think maybe we need to do a little bit more digging, see if there's something she's not telling us, or maybe we don't even really know who she is.
She's been lying since the minute we met her. Why would you think she's not lying?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
she's hard to read.
Yeah, I mean, but she hasn't brought any harm to us and has been pretty gracious in helping us with everything on the ship. So I think it'd just be important to get to know her, and maybe, I mean, we've all got our past, and maybe there's certain things that she doesn't want to just come out and say outright, but maybe if there's something more we could find. I don't want to bring up too many old memories or something if there is stuff that she'd like to keep to herself, but just be interesting to know. I mean, those weren't cheap bounties by any means with the whole crew. So if she's got that kind of money, I mean, I guess it'd just be nice to know.
Well, you let me know if we trust her or not.
Well, here's the weird thing about Madame Lysandra clearing these bounties, and this is something I haven't mentioned to anyone else. Fixer already knows. I talked to him about this a little bit earlier, but she's been missing from Glenlock for years, and all of a sudden her name crops up clearing bounties on our ship.
Madame Lysandra's name or Lycirus's name?
Well, Madame Lysandra's name.
So Madame Lysandra has been missing from the Glenlocks?
Yeah, from Glenlock.
From Glenlock. And then now her name showed up, but then... So you thought it was Madame Lysandra, but then the system here says Lycirus's name? So...
What system is that not going to come around?
What was that?
He says, what system is that? And Law, comes around to look over the screen.
Yeah, Awen will just show it to him, whatever the network is. Is it?
Yep.
It's
It
like
is
you said it was like the pirate
It
network?
is the pirates' private network that, despite the attack, seems to still be active.
So just, this is just kind of, I guess, a pirate database, if you will.
And this
if you
says
look
Lycirus
here,
cleared the bounties?
That's what you said, DD? It's just got Lycirus's name for...
Yep.
Yeah, if you just look right here, I mean, as you kind of just scroll through each and every one, it's got Lycirus's name. So, I don't know if they're the same person, but who knows? Like I said, it'd just be interesting to know if there's more to Lycirus than what we know, but I don't want to go dredging up too much of her past if she wants to keep it to herself. But if there's any digging we can do as we travel, and maybe as we kind of talk to her, and maybe as she comes around a little bit more, maybe we'll learn more about who she is and where she's from. But I mean, it certainly, all I really want to do is, if it was her, I just want to thank her, because that's really what we're trying to do for our crew, and I certainly think it opens up opportunities for us.
If she wanted to be thanked, she would have taken credit.
Yeah. Maybe she's not just looking for a thank you, but thank yous are always appreciated. At least that's what I think. I mean, I'm not always looking for people to say thank you, but if someone said thank you, I would probably just, I'd be like, you're welcome or something.
If she did that, it's for a reason.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not saying we need to exert all of our resources trying to do this, but maybe, like I said, maybe we just talk to her and just kind of learn who she is and get to know her, as I've kind of gotten to know each of you as we've traveled together. And
have you talked to her about the keys?
I mean, I haven't directly talked to her about the keys. I mean, the keys are fairly new to me, at least, really understanding what they do. So,
Captain,
certainly maybe now we have a better chance to talk with her and determine, if she knows anything about them.
What I've learned is the keys, they might be everywhere. And whether or not she has one or cares about them, that is something she clearly believes in the mission, or at least her own well-being, one or the other.
I think it's more her own well-being, in my opinion. Just everything I've seen has been to save her own skin, mostly.
That works, but there were a tribe of skin changers that used to guard the tree. Whether or not she knows it, she might be part of this as well.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you could certainly talk to her too. I mean, you've got the most knowledge about the keys.
No, I don't trust her. It wouldn't end well. I'm not good with talking, as you know.
Well, I mean, well, okay.
You talk
I mean,
to
maybe,
her, Captain.
Yeah,
we put our faith in you. I've put my faith in you.
Yeah, I think we could. Yeah, I'll talk to her. Maybe as we travel the next few days, kind of get a chance to get to know her a little bit better and see if there isn't anything, maybe she wants to tell us, or if she knows anything. Maybe it'll just help us in the end goal of getting all those keys and saving the world tree. So, I mean, I'm sure we're probably gonna run into that other woman again at some point if she's searching for the keys herself. So, the more we have and the more we can prepare, and if Lysirius is part of that, we'll see if we can find out. But I do like your plan, Viamir. I think maybe we let the crew kind of go to bed. I think tomorrow, when everyone's getting breakfast, getting ready for the day, getting ready for travel, maybe we give them the news tomorrow and really start the day off on a strong foot, and hopefully it'll be some good news in the morning for each of them.
Where is Fixer? How is the ship? We've been in battle since we've been in this thing. Is it airworthy?
We need
From what he said, from what he said, and I got to talk to Horace a little bit myself. The ship's holding up.
Is there a place to do proper repairs in? And Vimir will look to the map, finding this city of Houlihan or Doulahan. Is there a place to do repairs in Doulahan?
Make a history check. Whoever wants to think on this, or if you want to just save yourselves the trouble and look it up on the net.
Well, I'll just pull out his handheld and Crimson Sky's equivalent of Google it.
Hey Siri.
Geagle.
Hey Geagles.
Ask Cankles.
As you do, there is a repair shop at Doulahan. You do need to set up an appointment, but they do have an air dock that is available for repairs.
I would assume they would have the ability for me to send over the damage report so they can give a quote before we book the appointment.
Yep.
Yeah, I can work with Fixer on getting an appointment set for us to get the ship repaired properly, or we could let our guys do it. It would save us some money doing it that way. Just cost of parts, but no labor costs.
Well, either way, we can't be running around in a broken vessel. And Lysira said she could look up stuff for the rest of the crew to make money. And I'm sure they'll be highly motivated after they find out that their bounties are non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should start kind of putting together teams, and then the scout crew on ship while the away teams are out will be. I definitely like. Go ahead.
That sounds like a good idea. Set them up in teams. That way, they know to work together. Obviously, security will stay on the ship.
13 regular teams too. Split the gunnery crew into different teams. Split people up so that they get to know everybody much. So it'll give a better sense of camaraderie and less us versus them mentality.
Yes. Perhaps once in a while we take a few of them with us, just one or two. And then they're integrated into the team.
Yeah, or maybe even once in a while we split the officer crew, and 2 or 3 of us lead a team of the crewmates.
Mm.
Show them that the officers don't just always have to go out together.
This is good. It will build camaraderie. Well, Captain.
Yes.
What say you?
Yeah, I'm certainly on board for that. I think getting some of the crew members out and getting them off the ship. I know once we give them the news about their bounties being cleared, they're certainly going to be more eager and excited to make their way into some of the towns when we do stop, and not be in fear of someone trying to collect their bounties. And I think if we find a need, or even just a chance to have some of them join us when we're out and about and doing some of our activities, the more we can make them feel like they're a part of the crew, not only on the ship but outside as well, I think it's only going to further maybe further secure and build a bond between them and us, and really kind of just ultimately it's going to strengthen the relationship and really make everyone feel like we're part of one big team and one big family. So I'm definitely on board with all that.
Yeah, I want to get the changelings together, actually. I know we have a few. I have an idea. I like the idea of someone who can change their face.
Okay.
Well, before this, let's set our course to Dunadine. Yeah?
Yeah, to Dunadine.
Okay. Informing Lysiris for the ship to make to Dunadine. She acknowledges and sets course. The ship will arrive in Dunadine within 8 hours, and will be able to dock at the Dunadine skyport. With that, as she starts making her way there, when we pick up at the start of next session, we will be in Dunadine. Everyone will be able to get a long rest, sleep in, because by the time you dock, it'll be about 11 o'clock in the evening. So you will have plenty of time to rest on the ship and get yourselves ready for a busy next day. Now, folks, thank you so much for watching. Fixer.
Before Fixer does want to, as soon as he's alone, he wants to look up the crew and look for his listing.
Your listing is clear. You have nothing.
I just meant, like, it's labeled Fixer and all that.
Oh. Negative. You have call sign Fixer.
Does it have his actual name?
Does indeed.
Okay.
With that, we'll pick up next week in Dullahan, a rather brilliantly lit city that never seems to sleep. Forward to seeing you all next week, and I look forward to seeing you all again for another episode in the Azure Adventurers world. Well, actually, in the Crimson Skies world with the Azure Adventurers crew on Sunday, midday. Have a great rest of the week, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now. And holy shit, is it Tuesday?